Well, hey YouTube, it's Elvis Ammo here. Hey, today I wanted to talk about the Lee bullet feeder for the Lee Loadmaster and cast lead bullets. As we know, a lot of the things that are made for, factory ammo, like jacketed ammo and plated ammo and that kind of thing. Well, I get this is kind of a reoccurring question that I get from time to time, and it's not one of the things that's easily answered just in texting in the comment section. So I thought I would just go ahead and I've really been meaning to do this for a while. And you guys, as you know, you always drive the conversation, almost, 90% of the time, at least. And this right here was, the question that I had was, someone has this mold for their 9mm. I also use it myself, and they wanted to know what bullet feeder should they get with their Lee Loadmaster. So I thought, I really just need to do a video on it, because there's some nuances and differences about the die, the bullet die that you would modify. The bullet die that goes into this this is the die that the bullet drops into and feeds out of. And there's no way I'll be able to show it to you close enough probably on that press, so I just thought I would just show you the diagram, because it's large and it's marked. Well, this right here is the mechanism. This is the feeding mechanism. I love this thing too, by the way. I'll just throw that out there. It has done me right. I have, this is a rarity to have any issues for me personally. Well, that's this is the die. This thing right here, and you can see the very bottom of it right there. That's the bottom of it, and these are the fingers that shoot the bullet out there. So it looks like it looks like this right here. Inside, it looks like this. The fingers pick up a bullet that's inside here. Click, and then it pushes the bullet out like that, and then the die body lifts up like that, and when it lifts up, this is the bullet seating die on your press. When it lifts up, it just lifts right up just like that, goes back out, picks up a bullet, comes over here, lifts up, and when it does that, this is inside the die. Then your ram comes up, the case comes up, and it just loads that bullet right in the case. I mean, it's ingenious and simple as it can possibly be, really. But I just thought that example that I just showed you is better than anything that I could show you on the press. That's how it works, just for an example for people that don't know. Now, to get to the question of what bullet die do I, or what, see, this right here is, this right here is your, inside the case when you order this. If you already have this is what I have. I don't want to complicate this. I'm just kind of throwing that out there. I have the multi-tube adapter. So I can run, you know, over 100 bullets at a time without reloading the magazine. We like high capacity magazines, right? So anyway, inside this right here, there's different numbers. Number 3 for a 9mm, that's up to .60, and then you have other stuff too. Here's another 9mm right here, and it's a number 2, and it's only up to .46 long bullets. All right. So and that's why someone asked, you know, which one do I get for that mold? Well, you simply take your bullet and you measure it. And the measurement on that bullet is .60. Alright? I can't get you in the camera. So then you take this. Well, I don't know if this is the same die or not, to be honest with you. I'm just using this as an example. That's .67. Let's see which one I got here. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, so that's correct. On this one right here, it says it's this is the you know, .47 to .60, and if you look right here, I'm measuring it, and it's .601. Okay, so that's the .60. And then if you measure this bullet, it's .60. So the problem with that is it's too tight of a fit. Alright? It's too tight of a fit. You already see what I done to it. See? I cut it. But before I cut it, if you take this bullet and you see how it won't slide out of that side right there? See how it won't slide out of the side when the bullet fingers picks it up? Well, it's a cast bullet. If you measure your jacketed bullets, they work just fine. You know, inside of a die like this, for instance. But what you need to do is you need to take, you know, one of these bits like this and a Dremel tool, and you know, just put it in there. You know the deal. And you take and cut right there on the very front where that bullet's going to slide out. You see that little cut I made right there? It's obvious. Now this one here happens to be for a .45 caliber, and even the .45 caliber, that's all I had to cut, just a little bit. So I just set my Dremel down right there. It's just soft metal, and just very carefully, you can't mess it up, just don't cut too much. Cut a little bit off, and then check and see if your bullet will enter in. This is the one I use for my .45. You see the clearance in here? There's just barely any clearance. That's it. But it's got to be able to slide in and out very, very easily. Have plenty of room. There's probably 20-30 thousandths difference there now, where before it was too tight. So 20-30 thousandths, 40 thousandths more, that's just fine. But that's not much. I mean, all we're talking about is, you know, I mean, that's 42 thousandths. I mean, we're talking, you know, just a wee bit, right? So just cut a little bit out, and the same thing on the 9mm. Now this one right here is an example I'm using. This was for another bullet that I'd cut out. and I cut a lot out on that one. So the main thing is, don't get one that's too big. If it's too small, you can cut all you want, you know. But for these, you want the this is the one you want, the number 3 for that die, for the 356124-2R. That's the one that you want right there. But you're gonna have to cut it. But if you get the one, I'll be honest, I don't even know if there's a taller one or not. I should have checked out before I even got on here. It's no big deal. But this is really the one that you want, and you're just going to cut a tiny bit off with your Dremel. You're just going to cut a little mark in there. With our cast bullets, they won't slide in and out of there. But you don't want it. You don't want too much clearance, or the bullets will be flipping on you. You know, because you know bullets are stacked up on top of one another down through this tube. Anyway, that I pretty much covered it. When I use this thing right here, every time you pull the handle, a bullet comes flying out right there, and and then it picks up another one. It works beautiful. I mean, what can you say? It's one of the things that I have just no trouble with. If you want to see, I believe I did a little bit more in detail on my Lee Loadmaster maxed out review. If you guys want to see that video, it'll probably be more informative, overall using the Lee Loadmaster. But this right here was something I really needed to talk about in a little bit more detail, because these dies all have to be trimmed to fit our bullet. But anyway, I mean, it's really just that simple. And I wanted to just make a short little video and throw out a little detailed information about that. YouTube, they're awesome. If you want I use the multi-tube, high capacity magazine for my bullets. Anyway, YouTube, I'll see you guys in the next video.